So the idea of the game is we're playing across, yeah, that's a solo here. The idea of the game is we're playing across two eras, the canal era and a train era. Okay? We're going to have a hand of cards, which we'll go through in a little bit. And those cards you play to take your actions. Okay? And those cards are going to have locations and industries on them. And on your turn, you're going to get two actions. So you'll play two cards to play your two actions.
Okay.
And basically what you can do is we'll be building out industries on this board, building links between those industries, creating or buying and selling coal and iron, and building all of these types of buildings to do that. Obviously the point is to get points. The way you get points is links between the industries are going to be worth points, so like your canal boats and your trains, as well as points for what are flipped industry tiles. So let me grab one of the boxes. And again, maybe this one is more complicated than Clans of Caledonia. I don't know. Like,
I think it is.
okay.
More complicated than what?
Clans of Caledonia.
Okay. I've played that one.
So this is a cotton industry, and when and you can see on the board there's only some places it can go. When it gets placed there, if you flip it, it's going to now be worth 1 point because that's what that little symbol in the corner is.
Okay.
The cost, and you'll get an income bump here, which will allow you to get more money that you're going to need throughout the game.
So that's the points.
Yeah.
That's the
Sorry,
income bump.
that's the income bump. That's the points at the end of for that, and then this is the points you get for the linking it between. So if I had a link here, I'll get 1 point for that link.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. And again, I'm cool if we don't play it, but there's, we have to explain everything else still. What do you
Do we
think?
need the D6 and the D20, or is that just for solo?
That's just for solo.
Okay.
So actions. What can you do on your turn? So there's these helpful little player aids. But basically, you perform 2 actions on a turn, and then you pay for your actions here, and that will determine player order for the next round.
Oh, okay.
So on your turn, you can place an industry tile on the board. So we just talked about that. So to place one of the industry tiles, you'll notice on your board there are certain costs. So this is $12 to place that board, or that industry. This one is 14 plus a coal. So to get coal, you need to have a way to get access to the coal market or to coal that's on the board. Iron, so this one costs coal, iron plus 16 bucks. That iron though, you need either to be able to get it from the market or again from on the board. And it comes from the board first. I'm doing a bad job explaining things already.
No, you're doing
Okay. So it comes from the board or the market. Iron can transport anywhere. It does not need to be part of a network. So you can get access to any of the iron that's out here without being connected.
Okay.
On the other hand, coal does need to be connected. So you need to have connections to be able to do that. And so, for example, right here is a boat. And so during the canal phase, we have these canal boats. And so you'll notice a couple of spots on the board, like Oxford, Gloucester, Shrewsbury, Warrington, and Nottingham. Those are access to the markets, right? And so here you have access to the coal market, which is here. But you also will have access to some random other marketers who are there to buy or sell goods.
Okay.
So building. So that's building an industry tile on the board. You pay money plus the resources. If you need to buy resources from the market, you can. The second action you can do is to place a link on the board. Placing a link just needs to be part of your connected network, which means you have an industry tile or at least a link to that location already. So for example, I don't need to have an industry here in Tamworth, but I can build a link out of it because this was linked to that space.
Okay.
The cost of links are $3 in the canal phase. We'll adjust that in a minute. The cost is $3 during the canal phase. During the rail phase, it's $5 plus a coal. Or you can do a double build, which is $15 for 2 coal plus beer, which is another resource.
Okay.
So that's essentially networking, by building out your network. You have the option here to, I don't think we need to.
We each get one of those.
Yeah.
So that's your board.
That's your
Got
board.
it. So
You're right,
the
it is
main
more for
victory
plants
point
and
cover.
plants and Caledonia. So action 3 is to develop, and that means you're going to develop the industries on your board. So what that means is instead of building this cotton mill
Mhm.
for the cost of an iron, you can just get rid of it. Why you might want to do that is because you want to get to the higher level, higher point industries that are on your tile or on this player board. So that gets you the higher level industries on the player
I
board.
think we have someone watching, maybe.
No, it's a 0.
Oh,
Selling, we put them to sleep with my with the dancing kid.
no.
Selling, so you can sell your goods. So if you have this on the board and it has not yet been flipped, are these going out here?
I was just giving you one to have as a
Oh, okay.
prop.
Thanks. Sure. So let's say we'll just put it here for right now.
Okay.
So let's say you had connection here and this was here. Okay. So if you have access to beer, you can sell this cotton at this particular market because this market wants cotton.
Okay.
Right? And the 3 types of goods are manufactured goods, pottery, and cotton. So this, for example, is a market that wants cotton and pottery. To sell, you need to have beer. The good news about beer is that these markets will all start with a bear each for themselves, which means you can use that bear if you want to sell.
Oh, okay.
And if you do, you get the bonus of what's there. So right now, I could sell this cotton to this market as an action, use the bear that was there, and this flips over, which then will get me 5 income, and at the end of the round, be worth 5 points plus being a link point that will be there.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have beer, if this is empty, you don't have a way to sell that. But if you happen to have beer somewhere else, you as the owner of your beer can transport it magically across the board without it being connected.
All right. Well, I assume I vote.
Right. Well, in this case, without the boat, it doesn't have to have a whole network. However, if this was somebody else's beer, and there was a network of boats, yours or others, connecting you to the market, you could take their beer to use it to sell. So you can always use other people's beer and coal if you're connected to them. You can use your own beer and iron wherever it is on the board.
Okay.
And you have to use other people's coal if it's the closest.
You are required to use the closest resource, whether it's coal or, actually just coal. I don't think it's for beer. So that's selling. So that's cotton, manufactured goods, which are these things, and pottery. Second to last action is a loan. So anytime you can play a card and take a loan, and you get basically what happens is you'll go down 3 levels on the income to the highest number that's available. So for example, if you were up here, your income would drop 1, 2, 3. But you get 30 quid, 30
Okay.
bucks.
And when you go up income, you go the
I have
smaller
numbers.
increments.
Okay.
So taking a loan later, you drop back bigger jumps than down here. There's 2 or even 1 when it gets into negative.
Okay.
Yep.
Ouch.
And the last action you can take is you can discard. You can take an action to discard 1 card and then an additional 2 cards to take wild cards. And the reason you might do that is if you don't have an industry card or a location card that you want. There's some nuances with that, but I'll get into it if anyone ever does it. So here's an example of some of the cards. So you'll see here's an industry card. If you play that, you can build a ironworks in any of the ironworks spots that are on the board.
Okay.
There's some restrictions about when you can do it in the canal phase versus the railroad phase, but I'll get into that in a second. I guess I can do it now. Basically the gist is in the canal phase, you can only own 1 tile in a given city. And so that means you can't have 2 things in Dudley in the canal phase. In rail, you can.
Okay.
The other thing you can do in canal, the other thing is if there are 2 spots that are equal value, so this one has both iron and beer, you have to choose the simpler one first. So it's sort of the be nice. You can't take away the bear spot first. Then there are cards that are locations. So this is reddish. So for example, it's purple. We know purple's down here. Redditch, if I play this card, then I can play into any of these areas, whatever I want to play, whatever I want to build into that. So the city cards let you jump around. The industry cards must be played, attached to your network, and that's kind of important with your network. I think the other big thing is what happens in between the canal and rail phase. So the way we score is we're going to score at the end of the canal phase, and we'll score all of our canal links. So let's say that was flipped. So if this is flipped, I'm going to score 1, 2, 3 for this canal vote, and I'll take that off because it's the points that are in those like link points. I'm then going to score for any of the flipped tiles, and then I'm going to, at the end of the canal phase, remove all level 1 tiles. So if you look on your board, you'll see that there are, these little blue indicators. Pottery doesn't have one, but I'll explain it in a second. So any level 1 tile on the board after round 1, after canal phase, goes away. So that's something important to remember as you're building. That's sometimes why you might want to develop, because you might want to develop through that level 1 so that you can do that.
So that you're not just like
Correct.
sinking yourself into a low level industries that get wiped out when technology changes.
And the other important thing is, exactly, and the other important thing is you can't even build the level 1 industries that have this blue indicator in the railway phase. So,
But they don't go away from your board.
right, so you have to develop through them or build them at some point if you want to go down those tracks.
Okay.
You'll also notice pottery up here has this indicator. That means you can't build level 5 pottery until the rail industry, or rail phase. That's basically how the game works. Every round we're going to get money from our income. We're going to pay money here, and the order is going to reorder based on whoever's spent the least. And you're going to continually get cards in your hand from the deck to play until the deck runs out. That ends that phase, and then we move on to the next phase.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Sure.
So the thing is, you're always playing 2 cards on your turn. No matter what you do from the actions on this helper card, you're always discarding a card, whether it's to develop a network or sell something or take a loan, you're playing the card.
And it just depends on whether you already have the card or if you have to.
Build is the only one that it actually matters what's on the card. Any other time, it's just throwing away a card you don't want anymore or want the least.
Okay.
So, so that's how you play. I mean, you can give it a shot and start if you want. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, somebody who's played before should probably go first.
Played once.
We
Poorly.
both played once.
Okay.
Did I? I might have one. No, I don't think I did. I can't remember. So these little handy charts tell you the distribution of cards on the back too. Not that that's horribly important.
The only thing that's important is that, what is it?
Belper and Derpy.
Yeah,
Here,
there are no
cards for
of that
this.
color in the
Oh.
game because that's the 4-player.
Okay.
Now begins the fun of distributing the industry tiles. And then you've got a hand of cards here. So there's 7 cards to start with. And your first turn, you're going to just take 1 action. And the rest of the game, you'll take 2. And then you've got a discard up here for your cards.
Some really nice poker chips.
Yeah, they went all out on this Kickstarter. All right. So you should have a little round circle. So we'll put that here. Yeah. So that is your money, and then that one is your points.
Nice.
And then the big circle is your
Character.
Is your character.
So you want to be the Stadio man or the Stadio woman?
I'll be the stodgy old guy. That's fine. What are you doing here, man? Get off my
So let's see. So I have $17.
So we're ready to flip these?
Oh yeah. So that'll tell you where the different things go.
So does this beer go away if it's a blank?
Those are just out, right?
So
Those are round corner pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
So manufactured goods will go to this market. Pottery goes to that market. Nothing goes here. Cotton goes to this market. And
Everything is up
looks
there.
like everything up there. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So,
And you start with 8, you got it.
Yep.
So do you want to go first, Mike?
yeah, I can do that. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. So again, you've got city cards, industry cards. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes.
And then the cards, some of them have multiple industries, so obviously you can play it as either or.
Okay.
This was a wild, it has all of them, but in the deck there will
Yeah.
be some that have 2, maybe 3. I don't remember.
I think it's just 2, but I'm not sure. You're right. Well, I think I'm just going to. I think on this first turn I might just develop, so I might get rid of one of my cards and develop some industries here. So I think I want to get rid of. Again, I'm not really sure because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll get rid of this card. So I'm going to put that in my discard. And because I did that, I can now, I'm going to spend $4 to buy this iron. So that $4 goes here on this card. And then I'm going to get rid of 2 of these level 1 tiles. I can't develop through pottery, or we can't develop through pottery, just so you know.
That's what that no light bulbs means.
Okay. That's,
Means you can't develop
I'm
that.
just-
Same with this one. You have to play that one.
So I'm going to develop through both of my beer tiles. So I'm just going to take these off the board.
okay.
So now I don't have to worry about level 1 beer. That
Where's
was
you bought iron?
if I bought iron from the market.
Okay.
So that was your first action.
That was my first action, and in the first round
You only
had
get one action.
And so now I refill my hand up to 8. And having done that, I will flip. I think it's open knowledge, so I'll flip over that. So that way, it's easy to track your discards, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think it matters. I mean, it doesn't matter for me because I'm not that competitive in this game.
Right.
It actually says face down.
Weird.
It's fine. We can do that.
Oh, you discard his face down the whole
Yeah.
time?
Well, it just says to place the card face down, so
Oh, the initial card?
yeah.
That makes sense.
Right, you shouldn't see what it is.
But the discard should be face up so you can prove what you're.
Oh, what you're doing.
Doing.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
But I don't care
I
if
don't either.
they're all face up.
yeah, I could see why it might make sense for the very first move of the game,
Right, because now you know that whatever my card is not available. Man, I don't even know where to start.
right? That is the problem with the game. Like, or that's part of the problem I have, is I don't know what to do when I'm starting. And you'll notice we start with an income of 0. So,
Gotcha.
Also, this is just train.
Yep.
This is just boat. Because that
And
screwed
the
double
line
line.
is both.
both. But for the first phase, it's only playing canals. So right now we only build $3 canals until we run through that deck
Okay.
after the first hour.
Goodness.
Or more if I can't decide what I'm going to do.
Dude, that's why I just did what I did. Yeah, build some iron, make some money.
Well, let's do. What is that?
$3. So it's slightly different than the Space Hulk game, I think. I just figured that the morning is probably when my brain is working the best, and it's going to just deteriorate.
Oh, God.
Although,
It's a little bit less shooting and
yeah, I do think I'll have to see how long I end up staying tonight because I just got a bunch going on, unfortunately.
My cards. Can we reshuffle cards?
You want to take a mulligan? You can mulligan the game, but not the cards. Or we can play through part of the game and then see where we're at.
No, I'll just make a turn. I'll
There you
just do
go.
something.
What am I gonna do?
Does the game make sense, man? I know we
I think
done
so, yeah.
much.
Yeah, I kind of.
Let's get rid of this.
So Wolverhampton,
Spend 6,
spending 6.
which goes over here.
Yep.
For 2 of these. And get rid of these 2.
Okay. You take 2 cards.
All right, I only have 1 turn.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's
That's-
what you gotta do.
that's all that was easy.
So you get one. You're gonna have 1 action this turn, so you can build
So I
something.
don't have to. I don't have to discard.
You'll have to discard a card, either to use the location on it, the industry on it, or just to take an action.
Okay.
Um,
I've got the beer card out, so I was probably going to do the same thing you did, which was
so that would build a brewery,
okay.
which
So you could build the brewery,
Yep.
or you can do any of the other actions with
Yep.
it.
Okay, then I'd have to pay to get the iron out of the market.
yeah. So to build that, it would be $5 plus the iron, right? Which would be $4, right? It would be $9, right? So it's
Yeah.
$5 to build the brewery, plus 1 iron that you need from the market for $4.
Okay. And I can't just build up through 2 like you did.
Well, no. So okay.
Right.
So what I did was a develop action. So I didn't use the beer card. So I used
Oh.
the city card. I just got
Oh,
rid of a
okay.
card because I wanted to develop. I wanted to develop my industries.
Okay.
If you want to build a brewery out on the board, that's the $9 thing. If you want to develop through the industries like we just did, which you could, that's would be $8 because that's the iron that's here. Other options would be building and well, I guess you can't build an ironworks without a link, right? You'd have to build a link first because you need the coal.
So I could develop the beer and then
You
build
could
the brewery
later.
different turn.
You could also build a building or build a link. Like the nice thing about the beginning of the game is you don't have a network right now, so you're not hemmed in. So you can play an industry card
And play it anywhere.
anywhere in the board.
But as soon as you do that, now
That
you have
sets your core
right.
at center.
Let's see, it's harsh. So that's. Excellent. Yeah, I think I'll just develop. So I will toss. I'm going to toss Stoke out.
Okay. And so you spend $8 for these 2 cubes.
Okay, and then get rid of both of these.
Yep. Or whatever you want to develop.
Sure.
Any 2 tiles, level 1 tiles, you can basically do that.
Okay.
So the 8 comes up here. So we would normally reorder this by the amount spent, but it's in the order of what we spent. And so that comes out.
So you always make sure you have 8 cards at the end of your turn.
So grab 2 more cards.
Thank you.
And that's from
Because it's
It's easy
2 or
to
3
forget.
times we got out of sync with that in the game we went through. So no income.
No income because no one gets anything. So now we are in the next round.
And that didn't help narrow anything
No,
down.
they help nothing, in fact. So that's interesting, but I think I'm gonna. Okay. I believe. I'm gonna do that there. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, shucks. I see. That's tough. Okay. So I want to do that there. Do that. Okay. So I am going to build my first canal for $3. Let's see. That one. So I'm going to build a canal up here for $3. Yes. And I will use my Stoke on Trent card. So I use 1 card to build the canal, and then I'm going to use a city card of Stoke on Trent to build this ironworks. And this ironworks will cost me $5 additional plus $1 more for coal for 6. So I will spend the $6 getting 4 change. I put it in the wrong place. Still in the wrong place. $6, and then this 4 iron will go here. Now, as soon as any industry tile is built, if it's connected to a goods tile like this or coal or actually those two, right? The goods that are on there can immediately flow to the market. So if
Well, an iron teleport,
An
so
iron
it could be in the
teleports.
middle.
but I needed to build this link here to get the coal that I needed for building the
You
iron.
can take that off the.
Yeah. So I'm gonna this iron will automatically flow here for 8, 9, 10, 11, or sorry, $14. So I'll get
18, right?
6 and 8.
Oh, yeah.
It's 14. Plus this will now flip over, granting me an income of 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Okay, those are my 2 actions. Does that make sense? I
Yeah.
can walk through it again if you want.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Alright. You're right, this game may take slightly longer. Because I'm slow.
I don't think you're the only one.
Yeah. What do the double connection markers mean?
Which ones?
Like this?
Yeah.
It's just 2 points instead of 1.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so at the end of the round right now, this is going to score me 1, 2, at least 3 points plus the 3 there. So I'll get at least 6 points at the end of this canal phase now.
Okay.
And then, as I said, the when I built the ironworks, the iron magically flowed to the market because it teleports. If I built coal in the middle here, for example, it's not connected. It can't make it to the market.
Well,
But
I was clearly
Yeah.
carried there by the invisible hand.
Yes.
So,
iron apparently is easy to put in little rickshaws or something back in the day, but coal apparently was very heavy.
well, you had to get it out of the ground.
Mhm.
Wait.
And put it on boats to get all around this coal country.
Fortunately, the Earth that we know has iron just lying all over the place. It's great.
It's fantastic.
Alright. I'm going to spend Stone on Trent to take a loan.
Stoke on Trent?
Stoke on Trent, what did I say?
Stone on Trent. Well, Stone is right near it, so. Which is really just confusing placement.
Yes. And then I'm going to spend. I'm going to spend. My stone card, and I'm gonna spend 6. These.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get rid of this.
Nice.
Okay.
And draw 2 cards. You got your 2 cards?
I did. Thanks. I want those though.
It is your turn.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is first spend 3, build a canal between
Yep.
Birmingham and Oxford.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend the Birmingham card.
Which card did you spend
You have to
to
spend one card
play
for,
the?
well, you spend a different card for the canal boat, right?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Any card.
Toss up Coventry. And then I'll spend the Birmingham card
Sure.
to build a. Or no, wait, do I have to use?
Nope. You can build. The city will let you build any of these industries. So rail, manufactured goods, or cotton.
No, didn't think about that. And I have none of those.
You can play the Birmingham card though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
To
can play the
build
Birmingham
any
to
of
build. Like,
those
so
that
you
you
can do
want.
what I just did. Which
Well-
building iron here will It's not a bad initial play.
I haven't developed iron at all, that was the problem.
But that doesn't
But that doesn't
matter.
matter. I
Because
did.
you're gonna get it's gonna score right away. Well, not score, but it's
Yeah.
gonna flip right away.
Okay.
So
I
one
know.
card to play the canal boat, then the next one was to do the iron?
Yeah.
Okay,
In
so
Birmingham.
do we have the, ooh,
What?
he's gonna be short $1, I think. Oh, is that his money?
This is his.
That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
spent, I've got
Yeah.
6.
Okay, so to build the ironworks, which is right here,
Okay, so it's 5 and a coal, I have a coal.
but you needed a connection to the coal market,
Oh.
which you now made.
But you're $1 short.
Nuts.
6, 7, 8, no. Doesn't it just need 8?
8 and 3.
I thought it was 2.
3 for this.
He's $1 short.
Oh, that sucked.
But definitely the right idea.
You want to take that one back too? Okay. You could,
Yeah, I'm trying to find a place. I can't
What else
build
could
from
you-
there yet.
you could build.
Take a loan.
Take a
No, that's true.
loan.
Well,
You could build. You have a brewery, right?
I can build a brewery.
How much is a brewery? Brewery is 5 plus 4 is 9. So you have enough to build a brewery
Yeah.
anywhere, and you can build that anywhere, especially if this wasn't on the board.
Okay.
If this is on the board, you can't build a brewery anywhere.
Okay.
So hold on to that. Hold
So
on.
it's got back a tree. Okay.
Um, let's see, what else can you do?
I suppose I could build. That's
could
coal
build-
market right
You
there,
could build a
right?
coal plant if you have coal, or a city with coal in it, because that only costs $5 and will immediately get you $2 back. I don't know what I'm doing next. I should probably evaluate here.
And you can't build there because right in rail. Save that for now. Yeah, this isn't good.
I do like this game.
I do too.
But I like those noises.
Yeah.
But it's
What's-
just way better.
What is this?
So,
here by
good
itself? So I can just
question. So-
build something there?
if you have, so right now, yes, because nothing's on the board for you.
With a brewery card.
With the brewery card, you could build here.
Okay.
Um,
So I could toss out a card, build a canal there, for instance,
Well, you
and then build.
You don't have to. So because you have nothing on the board,
Mhm.
you can build anywhere
Okay.
from an industry tile.
So if you have a brewery card, you can build in any brewery
Any
spot
brewery.
on the board you want.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. If you had a network though, then you'd have to have a canal here, which is connected to all 3 of these things to then build to that brewery. There's something that's worth mentioning as you're looking at this stuff too, which is for things that don't go away, you can sometimes overbuild in industries. So you can build a higher level beer brewery, for example, on top of a lower level brewery if you needed to.
Okay. So just overwrite.
Yeah, because it's gonna use the beer, and that might be a problem.
Okay. So what I was thinking is build the brewery here,
Sure.
and then build a canal in Worcester.
Yeah, that works.
So I will drop.
You may want to do a
I'll
brewery and a
drop
loan.
the top. Sorry, what?
No, never mind. Go ahead.
Right. So I'll do that to. I guess build the canal.
Well, it doesn't matter. You don't actually need the canal to build a brewery, which is the nice thing.
Right, but
And in fact, I don't think you can afford to do both. You need
well, the brewery, according to the back,
$11. Those are out. You've already built. So these are no
Okay,
longer
I
in the
thought
game.
this was- All right, never mind.
This is what you can build from.
Crap. So
Well-
I shot myself in the foot on the first start.
Well, you can develop something else. If you want to build one of these level 1 instead, you could develop out of one of the other things. Again, the whole point is to get you closer to the higher end points, right?
Yeah, but I got 2 iron. I don't see anything else that's out of the board that takes an iron.
You can take a loan for $30. You can
Let's do that.
you can do what I did, or you can. You could build coal here and a link if you did that right for $8, and that would let you get a coal plant, which would immediately give you $2 back So if you built
Okay.
a coal plant,
Sure.
do you have coal? A coal? Do you have coal propane though, or a coal car?
No.
You would need one of those
That's
to
the
do
problem.
that, or you would need
I mean, I could, well, I've got a Wolverine.
Redditch, or
This wouldn't count, would it?
you can't get that coal couldn't get to the market without being scared.
I don't think I can do anything except borrow money.
That is a very good option early.
It is.
All right, let's do that. So that was that tossing another card?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's $30,
Okay.
and I will move your marker down. I kind of want to take a look. And you have another turn, so you have two
Okay.
actions.
Um,
So now you have money.
all right, in that case, I think I will build and then I can just go to brewery.
Yeah.
Good, okay, I'll do that, which is 11.
Yeah, it should be 7 plus the 4 you need here.
Okay.
And that comes in here. Is it just 11? Oh, yeah, it's just 11.
Oh, okay.
Because you're just building a brewery, right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Flip it over because it now has a beer on it.
So it has a beer.
Right.
So as soon as somebody sells something and uses that beer, it flips.
Okay.
Okay, and then grab your 2 cards.
Where are they? Thank you.
So, order switches. So now to go Max.
Here's my $3 that I owe. And you owe $3
At the beginning of the round.
because you're now at -3.
Okay. So does that mean I got rid of this scoop?
Yeah, that would go.
Okay. Oh, so I guess I need another card.
Yeah, you should have these.
Well, I handed you 2, so did you play 2?
No, I
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so one
yeah,
of these
I
cards.
did play. I played
So the
this one
card you just
earlier.
picked up, put back.
I played this one earlier to get the loan.
Yeah. So
Then I played Coventry to build.
no, you played the beer card to do that.
So hold Coventry and whatever card you just picked up,
Goes back.
let's put back in the.
Okay. I just gotta find it.
Any card will do.
Yeah, I'll do this one.
All right. Next.
Alright, I had a plan, and I distracted myself.
It's okay. I probably did that.
What was my plan?
You were going to seed the game.
I need that. Need that for that.
That doesn't sound right. Wait a minute.
I think that was your plan. I think that was definitely your plan. We may have someone watching.
Oh, really?
Maybe. Unless it was Max.
It could have been. I was repeatedly clicking on the link trying to copy it,
Oh, okay.
but I don't think I'm.
I don't know. It has a delay, I've noticed. But yeah. This game is it's fun. It's complicated. It's fiddly over here, right? That's right.
Yeah, that's.
Like the actions are fairly simple, but there's 5 of them.
I'm also looking at the
6
board
of them.
upside down too. That's not helpful.
Yeah, we could rotate it.
That's
or
fine.
I could figure out how to
Just leave,
flip.
let's leave it camera friendly.
Okay. I can figure out how to flip that.
So I'm going to spend. Where's that? No, it might be. I'm gonna ditch a beer and spend $3 to build a link here. And then I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend this guy and 14 plus 2 is whatever that adds up to.
Okay.
To put this guy here.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Nice. All right. Nicely done. I like it. So I will. Which card do I want to give up? Use that one in a second, but I need to get rid of probably. Yeah. All right. We'll give up booster. I lost my top area for a minute. I'm going to build a link up here for $3. And then I will also build a brewery for 7 plus, I believe I need 4.
Oh, I'm supposed to use one of these, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So do only 2.
No. You picked the right amount. It was the 7.
Yeah, but you would have lost your building at the end of the round if you left that one up there.
Gotcha.
And that would be my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to simplify this a little bit.
Yeah, I'll trade this in for 5 individual ones.
You know what? You know.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of Coventry again. This sounds very familiar. And then build a canal
Sure.
there. And
Better. Those
The
don't bother
boats
you
I
as
don't
much?
care so much, no.
No? Okay.
and you have to have a connection to a thing that you're building.
Or play a card that's a
That
town.
develops a thing. Okay.
Or a town.
Yeah.
Like if you had Dudley, you could build in Dudley. But if you needed coal, you need a connection to get your coal.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's loan time.
Oh. Again?
For me, for sure.
Eek.
I have a moderate, I have an idea of a plan. It's about all I got.
There's not enough in the market. Which one's the Ironworks?
That would be the, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because this looks like a loom to me. I don't know why.
It's like an oil pump.
Yeah, it's like
but-
an oil derrick.
yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
I don't. I guess you need oil to make steel.
Yeah. So if I were to build in like an Ironworks in Wolverhampton,
Yes.
which I don't have a
You
connection
can't, but you can, because Wolverhampton only has a packaged.
Oh, okay, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I can't build.
But you could
I
build.
could build an
You
Ironworks there.
can't. So in the canal phase, you can't have more than one of your tiles in a city.
Got it. Okay.
In the rail phase, you could. You could build in Wolverhampton with a Wolverhampton. But you don't need to use both of those cards, right? So if you use
Okay.
Dudley, you can build any of the industries that are in there.
Okay.
Except for the ironworks, because you're not connected to coal.
Yes, you need coal for iron, but it needs to be connected.
Oh,
back
no.
here.
Ah, dang it.
And
Okay. And you don't have to have the card to build that industry.
Correct.
All right.
So you could build with your Wolverhampton. You could build coal, as an example.
Yeah. Okay.
You could just build canals because those are good.
That's true. But I think I'd rather build in Wolverhampton and build a coal industry there.
Okay. So that would be $5.
Oh.
Oh, actually, the only downside of that is it won't connect. So you'd want a canal so that it would immediately flow out to the market, right? Isn't that right?
Oh, that is a good point. So I can switch this.
Well, you haven't built.
Yeah. Well, I'm paying 3 to build it.
But that wouldn't help you because this would be,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be connected out then.
Yeah,
So
the coal has to go out to the market if you're going
So you'd have to build the canal first.
Conversely, the coal will eventually get used, but
Yeah.
Or you hold that, build the second canal, and then you hold this for the next round.
Assuming nobody else is gonna build a coal there.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right, so I guess I'm just
I will
being-
choose not to, however.
Yes, it was just fake. Hello. I'm not too bad. How are you? I dropped a tile. Where did it go? Good thing I picked the color character that's basically the same as the market or the carpet.
Okay.
All right. More caffeine.
Sure. Okay, so that was your
That was
two
my turn, and I
actions.
spent 6 entire pounds.
That's good, though, actually.
You take 2 cards?
I did not.
Okay, so we reorder. This is going to be fun. Reorder the market, or the.
I'm last,
You're
right?
last. I'm second.
We shuffled these.
That is first.
And I still have 3.
Adam's 3.
You have $3 for your.
Oh, and I get $2. I probably forgot to do that last round. Oh well.
So 3 bucks just goes into the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Hiya.
So,
So yellow's turn.
so that would be.
Oh, I just.
Yep. That's part of
You
the
guys just
reorder
went?
thing. No,
Nope.
the
Oh.
order changes. So by spending the least, you get to go twice in a row.
Okay, well, in that case, I guess what I'm going to do is
Oh.
Here's some of the stuff.
I'm going to. Where did all my cards go?
You should have 8.
Yeah, I know.
Still, oh wait, no, I don't remember my plan anymore.
Okay. That's my discard pile. Okay, I'm already losing it. This is not great. First things first, I'm going to build in Wolverhampton. Frickin' Coalworks. Level 1.
I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, because I tried to. That is 5 and nothing. Hey. And then, thank you. And for my second turn, I'm.
Oh, so you built just the 2 canals last turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this immediately flows out to the market.
Sweet.
So you get $2.
Excellent.
And this flips over, which gives you 4 incomes.
And I'm also going to. I think I'm going to build a canal going to someplace I don't want to go. So goodbye, Coventry. And can I get? I'll just get 7.
You need 10 because it's got to go in the.
Thank you. And building a canal going to Dudley. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Except for the drawing up phase,
Changes
which I
everything.
never remember to do.
Changes everything.
It's only my 3rd turn. Come
How long have y'all been playing?
on. About 20 minutes.
That's not too bad
Give or
then.
take.
Well, we've taken 1,
3
2,
turns.
3 turns.
Yes.
So you may just play through the canal phase. We'll see.
How have I taken 4 turns?
Because
Because you
you
went first.
this round.
Got it.
All right. Now that changes
You
things.
take 2 cards?
Yes, it did.
All right.
Nice. I'm catching on. This is great.
I'm going to spend
Yeah.
Burton on Trent for my loan. So I get $3
Nice.
because I am full.
Not yet.
And
Yeah, when do we start getting rid of our
I
loan?
haven't decided to what way to
Obligations.
do.
You already up. You're up to positive $1.
Oh, well, all right.
I'm going to play a pottery card. I'm going to build my pottery for $17. And staff. I need to have I don't have a link there. That doesn't help me at all. Gosh, what do you think I'm going to do? $3 to build a canal.
But you could have built that. Oh, no, you played a
No.
pottery card.
Yeah.
Done?
Yeah.
I keep thinking that's pottery bar.
Actually, I should
It's
have
not
done that.
bar.
No,
Break it,
anyways,
got it.
Yes.
I need the canal anyways. So
Done?
it's good. Yeah.
So I'm going to spend
Level
stone
2
to
beer.
take a loan.
And so does Mike. So
What's
we're,
that?
we're competing breweries.
We
both-
are.
We both have level 2 beer.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend a
Here's
coal
where it's at.
to sell this.
I thought for a second that you said beer.
We are
Oh,
also
wait,
competing
okay.
again, slightly ahead.
Yeah, it's got the whole connected thing. Actually, I'm going more of the independent route.
And you got 2 extra.
Yep, so 4 for the thing and 2 for that takes me back to 0.
Yep.
And I get $30.
We're gonna spend money to make
Freedom,
money.
right?
Yes.
I don't know. I think we all took loans on the first
You
turn,
didn't
so you
spend
really
money.
do have to spend money to make
Yeah.
Not that it matters, we're not competing.
2, 3, 4, 6.
money. Oh,
I don't know what this is, I'm
I
sorry.
thought that was the
That's-
income.
That's when you
That's
gave
when
him
I-
change for his 5. No, that's your cash.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey.
That happens a lot with me,
I
apparently.
like when people just
Yeah,
Give me
you leave
random
random
chips.
puddles of money.
Yeah, puddles of money.
All right, so I'm gonna spend a beer card
Make
and
sure
$3
you're on
to build a link.
I have cold now. This is great.
No, because he's donating to somebody.
Oh.
Get a card
Oh,
out.
nice. Thank you.
Go donate to
Whoever-
Bill.
yeah.
Or Matt, or
Or a person.
You
Donate
get-
to a person.
join the team and donate to yourself.
Yes. Iron to build this, which costs 5.
I brought the plastic, the floppy plastic
Plus
version
one
of
for
the
coal.
one that we had last time we played
Oh, yeah?
with the two swords.
So
Do you have any women with great axes?
I don't know if I brought any.
6.
Actually, I thought about saying something because it wasn't a secret. So
I'm not even sure if I do in general. I'd have to
Yeah.
go through all of
Does
these.
this one flip, or you?
Great axes, for some reason, you doesn't seem to make a whole lot of models with great axes.
You're making
so
good progress.
I might have to do a head
4,
swap at some point.
10.
I mean, it's just a one shot.
One
So
up, 3.
Right. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I just use something
Nice.
else.
And then I go 3.
I don't think I have anybody tall enough anyway.
1, 2,
I get a half elf or half drow barbarian.
Actually, there might be something in one of the trays in the big purple
Oh,
things.
yeah?
I've got those partially painted dark elves.
It really
Okay.
It'll
Be
be
thematically
thematically
appropriate.
appropriate anyways.
You didn't learn from the last one?
Nope. I never learned. So,
It'll be like one of the lower tiers. Feel
17
free to just haul the whole thing
The
up on the
last.
table.
here. And I think I'm probably spending, oh, I should play that pottery card.
Yeah, it's one of those where it unzips and then the flap comes down.
Didn't know your notifications set up.
Ha!
Oh yeah. Turn that audio on.
Do you hear it through
Yep.
Oh. Neat.
See? Matt donated.
the room?
Thanks. Yeah. What was I gonna do? Oh, right. I was
Okay, God.
Build
Someone's bringing
pottery.
up horror.
3rd edition.
We could be in trouble.
I kind of want to buy the 3rd edition. I was looking at.
That's
it
what he's
yesterday.
bringing, so you might have a chance to.
That's the one that's like, it's more
Yeah,
like
it
building a
goes to the
dungeon
bottom,
now,
they're all
right?
blue.
Yeah, it's like it's modular. It's like sticks. It's no. That there's Mansions of Madness, which is the
Not that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just keeping it. Yes. Thank you.
I'll move this out of the way for
We can move a bunch of the other things out.
Oh,
Yeah.
across.
you. Yeah, these are just game candidates that we have.
Little canal, and we're just gonna keep on. Where do I want to go? I want to come out. You want to go that way? Yes. Let's go that way. There's the other. Oh no, I'm developing, aren't I? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
You would
talking to
have to
myself.
answer that.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna develop. So I'm gonna grab both of those. And yeah, I didn't learn my lesson, so I'm gonna develop through that one.
Terribly sorry.
And I will develop this coal as well.
The last game we played, I went the pottery route and got crushed.
Ooh, did get crushed.
And he's
Pottery would tend to do that.
going the pottery route.
Oh.
Or just scoping everything else. Yeah, those, I believe those are the orcs, I think. No,
The skeletons?
no, those are the dead guys. Thank you.
Everyone needs that, guys.
Well, you know, dead guys, they're. Wait, they're not. Those puppies.
All right then. Okay, I'm good.
Okay,
It's your turn.
all right.
We there.
Yeah, finally,
2 cards left, and
it's true.
then you got to go through our other 4 hands.
Yeah, so we're halfway through the first half.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
No, I think that first turn takes so long because you gotta
It's open.
decide what you're gonna do.
Right.
Once you have stuff, you're limited what you can do.
Well, I've already got a connection in Collar Brookdale, so I'm gonna toss that spin free and build a canal to Walsall,
Yes, we're set up.
Oh,
and then spend an ironmongery type card deal thing to build an ironworks in Walsall.
Yeah, so, this morning I was.
So just
Oh,
like,
so they're doing.
and that's for the dog having to go to the
First thing I heard
Yeah,
was-
so did you spend your whatever?
And coal.
So the coal is gonna cost you
Yeah.
1.
Matt seemed to say that you crushed it.
And then what about the
I-
3 for your boat?
I only beat them like
Yes.
7 times.
So, shit.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's the three
If you
for
guys,
Oh, yeah, no, I saw that
So-
two
okay.
times as well.
That's
So
like,
then your
wait,
4
something is wrong.
Yes.
comes over.
so what exactly were we doing wrong before?
So,
So you get
It's supposed to be the one you use goes on the side instead
4,
of
5,
just
6,
rotating
7,
all
8.
around.
so you have a chance to
Oh,
look
so I
at
got
what you're doing.
these
What's
back.
happening
We'll
is
put
the
those
one
there
card
as
that
you
was
spend
there was
for
always
your
gone,
turn,
so
and
there was
then-
no reason
and
yours
here's your
was stared at.
Thank you.
Like, it just didn't make sense, like, the way that progression works. It was the card you use goes over there,
I broke
and then
even.
the other person chooses
There
from
you go.
their existing 2 cards
Spent 8 to make it.
make their move, and then
Just
take
need
the
to
one
draw
you
2
just passed
more.
over. So whatever the
And
card
I think we're at the end of this
is
phase.
delayed an
Well, now you
entire
have to put your
turn
hand
for
up.
them to get.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're gonna play
Makes
every
sense.
Makes a
card.
little more sense.
Gotcha. That's wacky.
Alright, what's going on?
What's backing?
Sure, yes.
Figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
So turn again.
Yep.
Oh,
So first,
Oh,
okay. I can keep up.
okay.
You get
Thank you.
a buck.
All right. Well, that's right, because my income is exactly 1 point.
I get 0.
Hooray.
So we under the weather a little bit.
This flipped, right?
Yeah, so Matt got me sick.
Uh,
I mean, he said he was
Right.
sick like 3 days this week, and then I caught it like,
So, how does
But
that
to
work in
Thursday.
this, you know?
so.
So you didn't take this, right? So you actually move up 4.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
going 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 2 more bucks.
So you get 2 more.
oh, okay. And that's from last year?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because when it flipped, because it flipped when you sold everything to the.
Market.
gotcha. Okay. So what do I want to do now? I suppose what I could do is. I could toss out Kidderminster, spend 3,
I guess I
Build a
have
canal.
folks.
and then build. Let's dump it. Oh, this is either, right? Or is it both?
It's either.
Okay, I will build whatever the hell that building is.
Cotton
The
mill
cotton mill in Kidderminster
for
for 12. Do I have 12? I do not have 12. That was like a waste. I'm finally going to connect the canal to Worcester, which I guess I'm going to do once. Let's do 3 more.
just like the 1, 2, 3. Is it just 3 spots for pottery?
There's very few.
Upper, Stafford, and then Coventry. Did I build on top of it already? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well played.
Oh, you did take those 3, okay.
So you're just gonna do canals.
I'm just doing canals for now because I can't afford to do anything else.
And you played 2 cards.
I played 2 cards.
So you should have 6 cards in your hand.
Yep.
There we go. It's my turn. What was I doing? I don't know.
This is a fair question.
How long is the delay on the stream?
It's only about like 15, 20 seconds. Actually, it doesn't seem that long. Paying attention to anyone chatting, but no one's chatted.
Yeah.
It is synced up with the audio, right? the video?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I noticed that was a bit of an issue for
2 years ago.
2016.
yeah. No, this one seems to be working really well. We did the change in the cameras and stuff. I think made a difference.
Okay. Yeah. We know sound travels so
Yeah.
much faster than light, so.
Yes. I think if we were to do this one more time, I think having a microphone here in the middle would be good. Because right now we're using the corner one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
You
pick up
knew somebody that worked for a company that made microphones.
Yeah, there's planning. Planning needs to be done next time. We did
So
enough
sure
for
then?
lights and LEDs.
You know Eric Watson by any chance?
I do.
Oh, hey. Yeah, he and I are like old friends in
Okay.
multiple senses of the term. So,
How many? Never mind.
They're old and they're friends.
yes.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
If I can ever get him to leave his house,
Clean that up very quickly.
I've been trying to get other people to come here for ages. No one will. So, because they're cowards.
Alright, I'm just not gonna think much more. I'm gonna play this in 3. And where do I go?
And these don't flip back over, right?
No. So after the canal phase, level 1s are all going to go away, and the canals will all go away. Level 2s stay as they are.
Okay. But we don't get continued coal income.
No.
Okay.
But you can overbuild them if you wanted to, because you want to be able to flip something again, for example.
That's true.
But there's specific rules on that because I've never seen it done.
15,
I think this has to be empty for you to do it. I think you can't overbuild unless the market's empty.
Yeah, that is a little more complicated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the game looks completely simple.
It does. What do you
It's so basic.
play a card, take an action? What's so hard about that?
And it is only one action.
Yeah.
It's not like the other ones where it's play a card and then string 12 actions together.
So is that everything?
I'm done.
Okay. I will play a card to build a canal for $3, and then I'm going to play Kennick to build a coal over here for $7. So that's 10 total, which will then put 3 coal on here, which then streams out to the market. Give me 2 for $5 back, and flipping over, and that's an income of 7. That would be my turn, and there's no cards for me to draw, so we're done, and that's the round. So player order is going to shift a little bit. Matt, you get $3.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to get 4,
You too. Still have quite
and take a look.
Textile's so expensive to produce.
Chemicals.
Yeah, right. Wait, how much? Didn't that?
You spent the least.
Oh, okay.
Whoever spends the least goes
That makes
first.
sense.
You've got all the things in the shop.
Try it.
Nice.
I don't have little things with our names under there to say who's seen where. And we're doing a fabulous job explaining our thinking as we play. But
Why am I not seeing Dudley out here?
I'm
Dudley's
playing
right
to
here.
have the most fun.
That's how you always.
I am playing to crush the most enemies.
That's how Max always plays.
All right, I'm gonna toss Dudley, spend 3, build a canal from Walsall to Birmingham, and
That's pretty solid.
I think I may have to take another loan, so that would knock me down, what, 3?
Yeah, it would just knock you down to be here.
Okay,
I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, be here.
okay, so I'll drop Dudley again to do that, and then take
So you go
3.
1, 2, 3 down, and you get $30.
Thank you.
Oh, shucks, it's me. What's my plan? That's a great question. I have enough to do that and that. I think Oh wait, I did that last turn. I'll do something else. Let's do this. So I go there and do that. Gonna need a loan. I think I need a loan. Or not. Depends on what. No, I
This
see.
country's not gonna smog up itself.
I think I'm gonna build a canal for 3. Let's make that fun. And I will take. Ah, shucks, I don't want to do that. Build that up here. Did I play a card? We should have 6 cards in our hand, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, I've got
You have
4.
four because you've taken your turn.
So I'll play that, do that.
Okay.
I will play this leak card, I think, to take a loan. So I'm gonna just take a loan. So I get down to 12.
And that just puts me at no income, right?
Correct.
So I don't have to pay that bank.
You do not pay the bank. All right, Max. What do you mean?
Branching out, we're cornering the market. We're
Not spending any money.
staking our territory. Buying it wholesale and passing the savings on to you?
Nice.
I'm gonna play Stafford and Iron. I spent my $6. I'm gonna build 2 canals.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's what's in my head.
No, I just put us in a clip. I'm sorry. Sorry, microphone.
That's all right. They got nothing else to do.
Where are the?
What's that?
Why am I not seeing the lakes?
Oh, it's just on the cameras.
Oh, okay. Those were in stereo.
Well, no, it's just a camera.
Oh.
This one?
Actually, that one, because this one has no microphone.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So you built a canal
I built
here
one.
for those watching and fast forward at home. When Max goes to study this later.
Yeah. What could we have done differently?
Because I have absolutely nothing better to do than
Watch your own playthrough. Can't go there. Can't go there.
is that my final answer?
All right. So reorder the play. Nope, doesn't reorder at all.
Ironically, I should have tried building towards Coventry.
You get 2. I get 1.
I get 0.
And that gets to go.
Okay.
Almost.
We should have 4 cards.
Should have 4
Yes.
cards. Should have 2 rounds left in the canal phase.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like it takes a long time.
No,
It's
this is
only been
this
an
is
hour.
moving fast.
Yeah. Now each one
I mean,
of
it
these.
should be 1 to 2. It says 16 to 120. So
Yeah, I'd say it's 2 to 3 hours.
yeah,
Now it's each city that can only have an industry ag, right?
right now that is correct.
Yours, you
Oh,
can build
no.
in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can only have 1
Or in
yellow
Dudley.
in any city right now.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is in Birmingham,
Yeah,
I'm going to build
I
finally
like this
an
idea.
iron works.
I
That
like
is a fantastic idea.
That is
So
a
that
horrible
is 7.
4-point idea.
That's 7.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's Birmingham, and
And
then
you get a buck bench.
oh, sweet, thank you. And
Country
then,
says thank you for your iron, sir.
hey, no problem. No, yeah, that's great. And oh crap, I can't do that there. In Riddleminster,
Change that
though,
plan.
I am going to build a cotton mill for 12.
Wow.
So that's right.
I like
Is
it.
that? Where's my freedom cut? Okay.
That is a bold and big move.
And that doesn't give me anything back, right?
Not until you flip it, which is an action. So it's an action to, you need to play a card, an action to sell.
Gotcha. Well, that's both my actions right now. so.
Correct.
Hooray!
Okay, my turn. I really want to do the other thing, but I am going to, I'm worried about board. So I will play this card to build a level 1 cotton mill up here for 12. And then I'm going to play my. Am I going to do this anyway? No, I can't possibly do that. I know. I like to talk out loud. I'll play this pottery card, which I regret, to go ahead and sell. So the way selling is going to work is this pottery is going to sell to the market up here. So it will flip over and use the beer that is there for 5, giving me a bonus of $5.
Okay. I didn't even
And
think about pottery at Shrewsbury.
moving my, where am I, this guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
And then I will sell this with my own beer over here for 5 more income, along with, and that flips because the beer is used for 5 more. And that would be my turn.
Okay. Goodness.
I don't think I can make happen what I want this going for.
I think you can.
I haven't sold any.
Oh, no, because I used that up. No, I don't think you can. I think you can do that. Maybe. I don't know. Go ahead, let's.
I've got too many unflipped tiles. Or nuts. I've only got 2 cards and I can't flip any tiles.
Well, you could.
I mean, yeah, I can flip 2. This doesn't flip, right?
Not until it's
Not
used.
until those 3 iron are gone. And I'll say the other. I'm going to save the other thought for later. Oh, I know what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I think I get burned by not having gotten my second pottery out.
That's freaking
Oh, good. Okay, I'm saved.
Maybe.
Sort of. Well, that's the level 2 industry, which wouldn't go away,
Right.
as others would.
Yeah, it doesn't mean. Well, let's see what happens here. I don't know.
So I'm gonna spend 10.
Yeah.
Which is 3 for a canal.
Yeah.
And 7 for a coal mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the coal mine.
Oh, that's. I like it.
I'm gonna put the coal mine.
I'm gonna look up how overbuilding works because I've never done it, and it seems like something you're supposed to do.
Where do I want coal? I want the coal kind of here. I'm gonna put the coal here.
Got it.
So that's 3 coal, but 1 goes here.
Yeah.
That'll give me a buck.
I like it.
And then my canal,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm going to place.
Okay.
But I have to discard 2 cards.
Yeah.
So I played coal.
Oh, nice.
Do I want that one? Or do I want that one? And I played Tamworth.
Okay.
So now I'm first. Did I leave myself enough money?
$9.
So. So I'm gonna spend $5 to build a brewery.
Interesting. Did not expect that.
Here's my brewery card. And then I'm gonna spend my last card to sell something. Yeah, there it is, this guy with this beer. Building that brewery spent one of these.
Yeah.
That's all I
That-
spent.
That was on mine, though.
Yeah, it's on any
Oh, okay.
network, so as long as he's connected.
So that flips this for 4 and
Yeah.
this one for 4.
So 8. So 21.
And then that's my turn.
Okay.
So I thought you were gonna.
I was, but
That's
then I would
More
have built a
points.
brewery, and then he would have taken my
Yeah.
beer to spend the.
and it does. Yeah.
That was my. I was
That
trying
was
to
what-
figure out how to get a second
Thing. Yeah.
thing out and be able to
Yeah.
flip them both. But I would have been. I don't think
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been first, and I
So-
couldn't have gotten the 2 beer.
So you have a cotton mill here and a beer with which you can use to sell it through the network out to here.
Right. So, yeah, so it's
Which
probably,
should definitely be one of your 2 actions.
yes.
Must be.
What I was thinking about for the other action, though, is I got,
Oh, it's my turn first, though.
yes.
Oops. I have to go. Darn it.
That's,
I still not using yours, so it's okay. Yes, I can't.
you can build up from an existing plan as one of your actions, right?
No, yeah, I mean, so what I was gonna do is with Kidderminster, I don't know if this is a good move or not. Actually, I'm not sure that's a good move. Why do I have these cards?
I don't know.
Eight
You
cards.
could trade them in for wilds.
No, yeah, but no.
You can't anyway because you only have 2 cards. You don't have 3.
I kind of want to build canals for points. Well, I think I. So I was thinking about developing for free, basically,
Mhm.
but I think it's worth getting the points more. So I think what I want to do is I'll spend my Birmingham card to build this canal because that's worth 4 points. And having done that, I almost think I want to build another canal. I was going to build coal. I can only build in Kidderminster though.
I think you should build something that uses coal. 2 things that use coal,
Why would I want to do that?
because it would give you some points.
I don't want. Well, I thought you were building for like the next round. They have a source of coal on the middle of the board.
I am, but I'd rather have the points at the end of the round than.
That's true. That is very true. So either I build a canal for 3 points, I think.
I guess that's probably annoying, isn't it?
That's fine.
It is what it's there for.
They do feel nice. They're the kind of poker chips that you want to.
They're
I
not
mean, right now,
bad.
I've only got
The only
2 chips.
they're lighter than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're silky.
Yeah.
They feel nice.
I don't know. I feel like I should build this so I can use it. So I'm going to do that. 3 points. I don't know if 3 points is worth 2 points, 3 points. Let's do this instead. I don't know if it's the right thing or the wrong thing. So that's 7. And it gets all 3 coal. So it's a waste of points now, but I'll get the points later.
And you'll use the coal next round.
Yeah.
Somebody will use the coal next round.
Preferably me.
And that's money you spent?
It's all my money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Okay, so my
Either way, I was going behind you because it was building a second canal within the other option.
so my first action is I'm going to
Do you like this game?
I'm going to sell from that.
Nice. So this flips over. You're using this beer, I assume.
Yes, I am.
So that's going to go out. This will also flip over. And you get an income bump of 10. Wow. So you go from 10 to 20.
Sweet. And that's all.
And that's it for the selling. And so you have one more action.
One more action. I feel like I should bump that up to level 2 core.
You're better
So
off
you
building
wanna
a level
wait.
2 coal plant
That's-
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're gonna, if you build this up right now, it's not gonna flip, and you won't get the extra point and link connection points at the end of this round.
Boy. Well, then ironically, I guess I'm gonna, okay, let's pretend I flip these two around. So I'm going to build in Colebrookdale. 11.
You can't build.
That's right, shit.
But, so you could build in Dudley if you wanted to build
That's
this.
true.
If you have a coal card or a Dudley.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Which card did you use?
I have neither.
What do you have?
I have Colebrookdale
Okay.
and then a mercantile card.
So you use the Colebrookdale because that's useless to you to do your sell. And then if you're if you're connected to a spot, let's see, are
I mean,
you?
I'd have to build.
So you could build, but it wouldn't make sense to build this because you're.
And I've already got something there.
Oh, you do.
Your probably best bet is buying another
So-
link and getting points.
Yeah. Like if you go here, that link is worth 3 points,
Okay.
or here is worth 3 points.
It's not a lot.
I would agree.
It takes, I guess, just setting up.
I mean, I guess you could have, if it was a level 2 something, it'd
Right.
be worth having on the board to
To build
Sell
part of
next
that
round.
but you're not. Yeah, it's better to have sold what you did to get there.
Okay, so.
The other option would be to develop in your board, which you could. Which you
that
could
would
do,
also
actually.
be a,
That would be a good option as well.
that's what you should do.
Because this
I'll
would be
develop that
actually-
into a level 3.
No.
Oh.
Develop on your board because that's worth 5 points. So if you get rid of 2 more things on your board, this will flip over.
Because you're gonna use those 2 irons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's a better idea
that's the move, yeah.
Okay.
because that's what I wanted to do, but I wanted
So
to.
how much do I need to spend to do?
You need to spend 0. That's the beauty. You're
Oh.
spending your own iron, so that goes away.
So then this would
That's
just
what's
turn
over.
immediately into a,
No, develop means you throw it out of the game.
oh. So
So,
the next time I build a steel mill, it would
Right.
be.
But that's the
so
last
you
one
may
can
want to think about, you can't build these in the next round because they have that blue circle next to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it may be worth throwing those away if you want to start doing those. Coal mines, you could throw these away and get up to the next level there. Beer, same. That's the kind of things to think through is throwing this away, it doesn't help a whole
Yeah,
lot.
and you're getting yourself first position, first player over
For only spending
That's
$3.
true.
for spending 0.
So if I threw that
You
card out
built
and then
one-
he built up to a level
You
3.
didn't build the link.
I thought you built.
No.
Oh no, you delivered. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
It was going to be here. So yeah, so that's a
So-
that's a good one.
So just tossing these two would develop it up to a level 3.
Yeah, that means when you build on the board, it's a level 3 now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And you
that's
spent
great.
that. You got. Did we move up for the?
Yeah.
Thing flipping.
Yeah, I moved him up here.
Cool. Thank you.
He went from 20 to 23. So player order doesn't change. We are at the end of the.
Well, it does, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks. I'll do income in a second, but we're at the end of the canal phase. So let's go through the steps. So first we score our canal links. So I can go first if you want. Sure. And so what I do is I'm going to count all of the links that are next to my canal book. So this one has 2. This one has 3, so that's 5. 5 and 4 is 9. 9 and 3 is 12. 12 and 3 is 15. 15 and 2 is 17. So that gets me 17 points right here. So that's the first part.
So they don't have to be your links. Any links count.
And then we can do all the links, or we could just go through each of the steps for each
We should
place.
probably do all the links first, just to get them out of the way.
All right, sure.
Okay, so that's. Okay. How do you score them?
Here you go. So you have there's 2 markers here and 2 markers here. So pick that one up, and that's worth 2 plus 2 for 4.
Okay, so 4.
And then you've got
That's what, 5?
5, 6, 7, 8, because it's in between one.
Okay.
So
And then 9?
10. So 8, 9, 10, because it's between here.
So well, this was 8, 9, 10, 11,
Oh, I'm sorry.
12, 13,
14. That's 3.
14.
14.
15, 16, 17, 18.
Yep.
So this one is between these guys, which is, there's 3, right? 2 there and 1 here, so that's 21.
Okay.
And then the last one here is also 3, so 24,
Okay.
which is a nice score.
So then mine, I have 2. 3, 4, 5,
And then these would all flip over to rail, right?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23.
So we are all tightly packed in right now. Then we score for our flipped industry tiles. So I'm going to score 10 plus 2 is 12, plus 5 is 17, plus 3 is 20, plus 5 is 25. So I go from 17 to 42. That's how my math works.
Wow.
So, right, we've got 5, 10, 13, 15, 16, right?
The level one's going away after the end.
Yeah,
At the end of it.
Okay,
so 16 and 24 is 40.
Yes.
And what, white?
Yeah.
So I have 5, 8,
13, 17.
good enough. Which also takes me to 40.
Interesting.
Yes.
And then we remove our level 1 industries. And that is the canal phase.
Sweet. So then the beers refill, right? The ones that have been used.
Just in the market, it's not in breweries.
Not the individual.
And now when you build a brewery, it gets 2 beer on it.
Yeah.
Ooh. So these stay flipped though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Take income, so I get 6.
So we're ready to call it after this first phase, right? So I can, if that's what it takes.
Listen to you.
5 and 4 is 9.
But look how close those scores are. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
No,
9.
sorry, you get 9. You owe him 2 books.
I don't know.
These 2 colors, because I gave you 9,
They're,
thinking you were
Oh,
that
got it.
color.
I need the classic green and other, I get
I get what they're going for, but these 2 are too close. And the white and purple are pretty close from the.
For the background.
Yeah. But I do like the cool. It's very cool looking.
Yeah. Very silky. It's
How are we doing?
1 o'clock. Okay.
Other than the part where I'm hungry,
Yeah, there's that. That's a bit of an issue, but I can work with that. Just get more caffeine in me. And more chips. Whatever.
Oh, I don't want this.
Oh, thanks.
Scissors.
yes.
Wait, was this my discard?
Yes.
No, the discard pile went away. Hooray.
So now you get 2 actions.
Okay.
And now you have to start either from a card that you have the city, or where you have a something on the board. So here or here.
Okay, so.
Keeping in mind that nothing's connected off board to coal anymore.
Correct. And you need coal to build a link. So links now cost $5 plus 1 coal,
That's what I was.
or you can do a double action for $15 and 2 coal and a beer. But there's no breweries out there, so there's no beer available for that as of yet. You can't use market beer for that.
Brewery?
Well, but there's no beer on brewery.
Oh, fine.
And
I thought they refilled.
No.
just the markets. But you can overbuild your own brewery, for example,
Okay.
if you wanted to.
But that's wasting 5 points.
It is.
Yeah.
So I think you should definitely do that.
Yes.
Because it's the most fun choice.
And you should always do what is most fun. Batman.
I'm not going to be invited back.
That's right.
Okay.
It is tempting to overbuild my coal.
Which one?
Tannic. 'Cause I need coal.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is in Wolverhampton, I'm going to build.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just build another coal here?
Because I don't have
because I don't have a card for it. Wait, do I have a card for it? Wait a minute, let's
You're
look
absolutely
back through.
Actually, that's a
the
very good point.
Suppose I could in Tamworth.
I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, I'm going last, so who knows what the board's gonna look
Right.
like.
Yeah. I suppose I could in Tamworth build a level 3 coal plant, which would cost me 8. Yeah.
You're right, this is a horrible plan. I wasn't really going after pottery. This was not my plan.
And I'd have
I had a different plan.
to buy from the steel.
Yeah, I'm not convinced pottery is.
I don't.
I don't know how you make it work. Because even when I got out to the 20,
Yeah.
I was way behind.
Yeah.
So I'd have to buy from the steel market, right?
For what? I'm sorry. What do you?
Build another coal plant.
Because you're on level 3, so you need a
Yes.
steel, right?
Right.
Yep.
So you
So
would
you-
have to spend an extra dollar.
It's $8 plus a buck,
Okay. So let's go back like that.
and you built there.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. Interesting.
And so that was Tamworth, and
Morning in on your coal collection.
It's fine with me.
Yeah. That might
More
change
the merrier.
things. That changes a lot of it. No, I had a plan for this money. Now I want to use other plans for this money. Oh, forget. Oh, that's right. Double lengths need beer.
yeah.
No, keep with the plan, man.
Because
That's $8.
I've got access. Well, Birmingham's flip it. Doesn't that mean I get access to the steel market through Birmingham?
No, steel market's free. You always have access to the steel market.
Okay.
Only the coal market, you need a connection to a coal source.
These need to be dealt with.
Okay. So in Birmingham, I could build. I guess it would just have to be a level 1, whatever the hell this is.
You cannot
build
that
that.
needs to be developed through because it's got the red blue thing.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just.
Yeah, Birmingham is kind of shot for industries.
Done anything? Sorry, Dudley, I'll build another coal plant.
Ordered it on my coal market.
Well, that's how it
That's
works.
great.
I guess I need another steel, so I'll trade this in for. I'll just get one back.
So it should be what, 9?
Yeah.
So you're paying 18 total, right? Or sorry, 18 total. Yeah. Wow.
You gotta spend money to make money. That's what they say. Where did I say that was? Dudley, thank you.
It's another level 3.
Yep.
Okay. It's my place.
I don't know. I thought you had it already.
I do, but there is a problem with.
I have a plan, but I don't know what it is. Just that I know.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'm going to spend leak to build a link
Oh, I like this.
here, which is going to cost a coal and $5. And then I'm going to spend $3
How am I doing this?
to develop, which is in use up.
Yeah.
Two of these $3. And it's going to cost a card. Do I want to keep that to screw with people?
Yes.
This one I don't care. Culvert bid on is gone, and my turn is done.
Okay. Fill up your hand.
Did you draw your 2
I
cards?
have drawn up. Yes.
All right. Shoot. Can't do that. Darn it. Stupid game. All right. I will spend a beer card. Can't do that. Dang it. I will spend a Stafford card. 7.
Oh, I'm gonna get rid of those.
What if we're just avoiding Nottingham entirely?
What did it do for me?
Well, no, it's closed.
Right. Still, it's not even trying to get in that area of the country.
6, 7, plus 2, 8, 9. Get rid of this. And gets 2 beer, because it's a party. Yes, that's exactly what. And then this was a bad, silly move. I want to build. Can I build that? I can build that. 8. Yeah. Spent 8 plus 3. I keep making change. So I'll spend 8 plus 3 to build a coal plant up here in stone. Oh shoot! What happens if there isn't enough markers? That I don't know the answer to.
I think they're not limited.
Right. I just,
So you
oh,
can
you
just-
take that one. You take it off the top. So that was 8 for that plus the 3, so that's 11. Oh, yeah, 11. Is that right? So it's 11 plus the 7. 18. Alright. That's the end of the rounds.
So I get $6.
2 of these.
You get $7.
$9. Player order changes. I'm still in last. Somehow. And Max, you're up. What do you think, Matt?
Neat. Once you get the order of events down, it's really interesting and still kind of baffling.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I thought, how can this be fun after once or twice because the board's static?
Right.
But it's not.
So
Yeah.
different. I'll be back.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's like it. No, it's not. Yeah, it's very similar in some ways to Catan, but with a lot more player agency and less randomness.
Yeah. My cards all suck.
Sorry. Speaking of Catan, Jen brought Star Trek Catan,
Okay.
which has a few extra mechanics to it, which make things a little bit less random and weird. It was also autographed by Walter Koenig. Chekhov.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I have, oh, it's in my car. I have the game Arboretum. I got it signed by the guy, the
developer.
designer at Gen Con,
Oh, nice.
but it's the misprinted one. So all the cards have Arboretum spelled wrong on the back.
Oh, that's a collector's item.
It's funny. Okay. I know what I'm going to do, I think. That I kind of want. That I kind of want. This one I don't want. So I'm going to spend Dudley. And let's hope I have enough. I should have enough. $5. Yes. $5. Build here. Using this code.
Okay.
Which will flip that. And give me 7. 1, 2, 3, 7.
What did you do?
So far, I built a train.
Okay. And then flip something?
I built my coal plant.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm going to build a brewery for 7 plus 3 is 10. It's going to go here.
This is messy.
I was going to get 2 meter on
I'm confused about the income levels. Why they seem to be why they seem to be randomized between the tiers.
The different income that's out there?
Yeah.
Well, so, right, the key here is, right, whoever has the most income doesn't win the game, right? So, it grows bigger and bigger
Based
to
on
build up.
points.
Right. But income doesn't win you the game, only the points do. So the idea is the more to go up levels. You mean over there or over
Yeah.
here? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yeah, there's some weird balancing, right? There's balancing that they did across all the different point levels and other things. That I
you
don't
took. I'm first. Yeah, let's do it. Oh,
I'm finished.
nobody else new showed up. Yay. Okay. Okay.
So I think
Let's
it's
see. I know Matt wanted to set up around 1:30, which is 12 minutes from now.
all right. Well, I mean, we'll get to where we get to.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, because how much does it cost to develop?
Coal. Iron.
Okay.
Right now,
Well, I mean, well, to develop this. So if I were to,
yeah, it doesn't cost to build cost the cost that's on there. To just develop through it costs
Instead of-
iron.
Okay, so so it probably costs. That's, I don't need to go to Greenwich. So I would cost. So I would. You'd throw one of these away or two of them.
One per iron that you
Okay,
spend.
I'll spend one iron, which is
So
$2 bucks?
usually $3 in this case. But
Okay.
usually you want to use as much of it as you can because it's an action.
Why not? I'll spend 3 more.
That'll be 4.
Oh, okay.
So that'd be $4 more.
So I'll take that.
But it's sort of inefficient if you don't do it that way, right?
Back this back over there.
Unless that's the dollar you needed for
the next
whatever you're
thing,
doing
yeah.
next.
Okay. Because the next thing I was going to do was not that. Nor that. Nor. Yeah, that. Okay, I'm going to spend all my remaining money. That wasn't good. To build a level 3 steel plant in Wolverhampton. No, not Wolverhampton.
What did I do?
The other card that I have, which is that.
I've done
thing.
something very bad.
And then I guess I need 5. That just.
But you don't have access to coal to build there.
I have a coal? Yeah.
But it has to be connected by a network.
Because all the rails are gone.
Nuts. Okay. So I guess I'm not spending that.
I had a plan and I somehow had ruined my plan.
I
don't know how.
also am not understanding what happened to me. So
awesome.
I guess
This
I'm
game.
nuts.
I love this game.
All right.
I feel like I much more successfully made the transition between phases this game than
Yeah.
the first game we played.
Yeah. Yeah, you got like you stuttered it, right? Wasn't it?
Well, I played a bunch of level 1s.
Right.
And then I had no board presence coming back out. And
Nuts. All right. I guess I have to spend 5 and then build a rail between.
Plus a coal. 5 plus a coal.
Yeah. Which I don't really have access to. I do in Dudley. So
yeah, you can do that.
You got it.
we can. So that's that for me.
All right. Because I clearly have confused myself and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Very confused. So be it. I will spend. Break that. This. Oh, I don't know. It's. You spent 15. All right. Oh, shucks. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'll do it anyways. I don't want to take too hard. So I'll spend 15 and I'm going to do a double rail. So I'll spend 1 of my beer.
Double
2 coal. So one of them clearly has to go here to make that work. And the second one I think will come on up. And that was my first action. It'd be good if I had a second action plan. Actually, let's go this way. going to build yet another brewery for $9 plus way more iron than I want to spend. So that's 5. So that's 13. That would be all my money.
Right. Yeah. I forgot this is that time in British history where all the canals spontaneously dried up.
You don't remember when that happened?
Oh no! Well, I wasn't there, so.
Oh,
Go one more
card.
card.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
1792, the year of the parchening.
So,
I get 9.
you get 9, you get 7. Here's 7. Your income is there.
Thank you. Excuse me.
And yellow here.
Oh, okay, great. That helps me precious little. So.
Everybody's got 8 cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I see the benefit of those wild cards, by the way.
Kinda.
I actually want Coventry.
Well, it's like you fail to plan accordingly, or you just aren't getting what you need.
Right.
And it's just 5 to build a rail, right?
It is 5 plus coal.
Okay, so fortunately I have full. So I'm going to finally connect Wolverhampton and Callabrook Dale.
The 5.
That's the 5. That's not the right thing. So in Callabrook Dale, I'm going to build a level 3 ironmongery type
Yeah.
place deal.
Yeah. And they transport.
They automatically get to the market.
Oh, okay. So the worst it is.
So you get $11 for that.
That's
This guy flips automatically over, and you're getting an income bump at 2.
oh, nice.
That's good.
That's really good. Yeah, we should probably think about tapping this in soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my turn.
Did you spend the? You would have spent more money.
Yeah, to make the
$9 more.
Oh,
the level 3.
yeah.
Just give me the time.
Yeah, I thought, okay, yeah. I was trying to count, like, wait, what happened? So,
Alright. I'm going to.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Why don't you do it?
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
I'm gonna get rid of my iron thing. And spend. Yeah, spend 5. This guy.
Hey, how's it going?
And then I'm going to spend.
I didn't need to put it there. Ah, idiot. 4. Sorry. Talking to myself some more.
That's okay.
I'm just spend Stafford. Take a look.
All right. I am going to take a loan with that card. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to spend half of that loan right now on a double bill. Here, use this. I'm going to build down here for 1 beer and 2 coal. And I'm just going to build here and here. That'd be my turn.
Okay, we'll just spend.
Oh, I'm sorry, that goes here. That's it.
What did I do? I spent 5.
Did
You said you just spent
15? No, I spent 15. Oh, no, I put it, yeah, this was my 15 I just put out.
We need more.
Did you not pay it?
I did.
Did it go
Pay.
here? No, because this was after Matt.
Yeah.
I don't think you paid it. It was just 5, right?
I definitely paid. I might have paid it in the bank.
Oh, okay.
But I,
Yeah, but
certain, it doesn't matter.
we're stopping anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
But it would have been this order no matter what.
Yeah, I'm seeing the big struggle here in trying to rebuild your network.
Right.
Nifty.
We stopping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Where are the little
So-
pine boxes?
So I think we all agree that I won, right?
Okay. Probably, yeah. It's starting to look that way, but nope.
No, the last game, I think all 3 of us thought I
We all
was
thought you
winning,
were winning.
and I was way behind.
Yeah, that's cool.